there, teenagers on a mission, on yet another episode of Teenagers on a Mission.
Yeah.
As the teens gang are ready to take you guys on yet another mission. You see what I did there?
I see you.
Siniphatheleke ezishisayo qho. I mean, injalo yethu le.
Uyazi ntwana, and it's such a good bafethu is joining on today's episode. So today bafethu sabasifunda about different ways of offsetting indlela ze carbon footprint. And it's sabasithola kabanzi ukuthi kahle kahle why trees so important to the planet, and can trees save the planet?
Yes, they can. These gentle giants provide us with the oxygen, ne? So sikwazi ukuphefumula.
Yeah.
They're not just there to provide shade when we're having our lovely little picnics. So let's get straight into it, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's grow like trees.
Sheba fela hore le tshwaretse mo lenanehong la kajeko today. Ka zo ke le mo TOMz re tshakela the friendly city of Port Elizabeth ebile re batla go tshakela Raggy Charters mo lewatleng. Ha re qeta go tshakela mo lewatleng, we're going to hit the ground running ka lebaka la re tshakela a tree nursery. We're going to get our hands dirty ha ntse re jala difate. Re batla ithuta re hantlentle hobaneng tshwantse re hloka hore re theose the carbon footprint tsa rona ebile re ka kgona jwang ho etsa jwalo. Re batla re botsa re hantlentle di scientists ebile neng hore hantlentle rona batho re kgona ho cause harm to the atmosphere ka lebaka la di carbon dioxide emissions tsa rona. Re batla ithuta re ka kgona jwang to manage these emissions of greenhouse gases mo bokamosong ba rona. And o tshwantse re teste dikelelo tsa rona ha re bapala the legendary TOMz quiz.
Namhlanje we're all about planting seeds into every single person's brain, teaching us more and more about the importance of immunity. And a question yethu namhlanje ihamba kanjena ke, what is a carbon footprint? Umawane ubakenge Alistair Mlapi Jacob. Yes. Carbon dioxide emissions caused by a person, hence impact on global warming, he says. Very interesting. Bekonake no logic kashluda yena uti, what is a carbon footprint? See, I like people who are curious enough to ask the questions. This is the perfect place to get those answers. You guys know that you can always visit our social media pages to get your questions and maybe answer, you know. On Twitter, we are TOMz_SABC_1, and on Facebook, we are simply TOMz. Hi, Kibichinana. Let's go find out.
City touchdown in Fasani Secondary School. Hello.
Hello.
Unjani?
Ngiyaphila njani wena?
Ngiyaphila, ubani igama?
Kulelethu.
Lilith, what grade are you in?
Grade 12.
Okay, name any trees that you know.
A gum tree.
Kutheni ukuthi singazisiki ihlahla? Why is that so important?
I think because the trees iyanceda like we process the photosynthesis, so animals zikwazi manufacture their own food.
No, trees are important, like they provide the shadow, like they provide the oxygen, they trap like carbon dioxide for us to survive in this planet.
Oh man, you guys are actually interacting with us on our social media pages. And of course, it's more interesting to actually go out into the streets. If you're just tuning into the show, I'm trying to be all about carbon footprint. We're learning more ways about offsetting carbon footprint. But before we go any further, check this video out.
Hantlentle carbon footprint ki eng ke maaka e leng gore wa sia ka mogara environment ya rona ka lebaka la energy e o e sebedisang. Every action e leng gore wa enka releases carbon, and it contributes to your carbon footprint. The more fuels you use here, the bigger your carbon footprint you'll be. For example, ha e le gore o tsamaya ka koloi o tshwanetse gore tsebe gore e sebedisa fuel e leng gore e a itshesa ha ntse e tsamaya. Not to mention fuels e leng gore ba di tshesa ka mogara manufacturing process. So unless e le gore o phela ka mogara a cave, ntho engwe le nngwe e o e etsang a carbon footprint. Ha le re o bala buka, printing le distribution ya teng e sebedisa energy. La le ro hlapa meno, di utensils tseo le di sebedisang he di na le carbon footprint ya tsona. So tshwantse o tsebe hore it is very impossible to completely erase your carbon footprint. Mpa seo sona ha se tsho hore o tshwantse o ska leka. Just think of your actions and choices tse leng gore wa di etsa tse tlo kgona ho thusa he hore re kgone ho thibela climate change.
I'm sure in Atlanta, climate change, government making these big, bold moves, taking action. But no, man, it's all in your hands. As products in its to show that they've emitted some fossil fuels in some process, maybe manufacturing, maybe transporting all the way to you. So, carbon footprint. This could mean walking to school, maybe riding a bike, using recyclable or biodegradable plastic, reducing, reusing, just making those small small little changes that are actually going to save our planet.
Absolutely, guys. That's in in order for our future generation to actually live in a very clean environment. By the way, future is bright.
Very true.
Speaking of changes, our teenager of today is doing exactly that. As I'm talking about Molo Putunjan.
Wonderful group.
Nandiyaphila igama ubani?
Oxolisa Wakashe is grade 12A in Kumbalani High School.
Okay.
This kind of project is about creating homemade fertilizer.
Okay.
Using eggshells, use the tip-eggs in bandwidth that can support the pin growth.
Yeah. Why did you come up with this innovation? Why specifically family fertilizer?
Like since in the like environment, imtaka so ben samukhangela solution enokunceda usebenzisa ezizinto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so ukuze fertilizer yakho iziphi izinto lezi that you can use to actually fertilize?
The eggshells.
Okay.
Use the tip-eggs and bandwood and some withholds like such as banana peels.
Okay.
And coffee grounds. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sebenza kanjani lezi zinto ngichazisela ukuthi usebenzisa kanjani? Yeah.
Sebenzisa an egg tray yamaqana.
Okay.
And then go first row.
Yeah.
I pour in the soil.
Okay.
And with the eggshells.
Okay.
Then I the in a bin. As you can see in the pictures, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
cool, yeah.
Yeah. And umuntu passionate, and you're not a person that gives up. No matter when it's cut to do something, you always
I push myself.
Yes. For umuntu ohleli ekhaya naye or who wants to come up with an innovation or maybe his kati, what advice can you give them?
Don't let current circumstances to determine your future.
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself, trusting in the Lord, and always keep your mind fresh and be positive, always.
Most definitely. All the best, ne? Sure.
Hona le di-studies tse kgonneng hore bontsha hore hantlentle industrial revolution ke yona e entseng hore ho be le global warming ka lebaka la hore ne ba tjhesa di-fossil fuels ka mahare di-factories tsa bona ka lebaka la hore he ho na le carbon dioxide e ngata in the atmosphere e leng hore e entse hore temperature ya lefatshe la rona e phahame. The history of this scientific discovery ke yona e entseng hore be le climate change ka lebaka la the 19th century mo leng hore ice ages and other natural changes di tshwana le paleoclimate di le qala ho fihla he ka lebaka la the greenhouse gas effect mo leng in the late 19th century, the scientists had the human emissions of greenhouse gases climate change. Many other theories of climate change were advanced involving forces from volcanism and solar variation. In the 1960s, warming effect le carbon dioxide gas global warming. The greenhouse gases were deeply involved in most climate changes. The human-caused emissions global warming. In the 1990s, scientific research climate change into multiple disciplines and has expanded. The scientists had the satellite measure data at exact volume of carbon dioxide emissions atmosphere. The huge recommendations of how we can reduce the rate at which global warming is taking place. The carbon footprint.
You know what? That is a lot of information to take in.
Yeah.
When it comes to today's topic, about greenhouse gas emissions, now global warming, we need to pay attention in order for us to actually save the planet.
Yes, and our trees are doing a great job, but we can also help them out. As cosmetics products that we are using might actually be adding to fossil fuels in our environment, which is not good.
Right now, let's take a short ad break. When we come back, we talk more about saving the planet.
TOMz.
Welcome back, my friends. In supplement right here on SABC One's. If you don't know what this is, in Donna CB's and your teenagers on a mission, the best science and technology show.
So let's get into it with some did you know facts. savor a planet here. Beniyazi ukuthi ke that the levels of carbon dioxide have increased by 40% in the past 150 years.
You? And guys, banazi ukuthi the Earth's temperature has actually increased by 6 degrees Celsius since 1880.
And beniyazi ukuthi ke that forests and the ocean are the two examples of carbon dioxide sinks. Lonto ke ithetha ukuthi they absorb carbon dioxide. They actually help us out.
Yo, so much fun facts Bafethu. Before we get carried away, so Tina, namhlanje niyazi Bafethu ukuthi sikhuluma about indlela to actually save our atmosphere, skip yonke carbon dioxide ekhona by offsetting your carbon footprint. Sambili sayevakashela the Windy City, ukhuluma nabantu bakhona ukuthi kahle kahle what are they doing to save the planet? Check this out. Hey yo, what's going on, Bafethu? You know what time it is. It's mission time with your boy C-A-D-D-Y, pronounced Caddy. That's why we're all the way in PE, Bafethu. Instead of saying touchdown, Raggy Charters. So what they do is they save the planet by making sure they reduce carbon footprint. Without wasting any time, let's go find out how they do it. Let's go. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing right in yourself.
I am great. My name is Caddy and I'm from Teenagers on a Mission. So today we're on a mission to basically find out what exactly is reducing our carbon footprint. So before we get there, can you please hit us with an introduction? Tell us who you are, where we are, and what do you do?
My name is Lloyd Edwards.
Yes.
I'm a Port Elizabeth boy. I was born here.
Okay.
26 years ago, I had this idea or vision that I wanted to do something to protect the marine environment.
Yes.
So I set up a conservation project and I went to businesses and I got funding and I ran various projects. The problem is you spend so much time looking for funding that you don't have to get to your projects.
Yeah.
And after 6 years of this, I decided, hang on, let me start a marine eco-cruise company.
Yeah.
So I started Raggy Charters.
Okay.
And we started taking people out to sea to show them the wonderful animals that we have in our bay. And obviously started making money on that, and we used the profits from that to fund our conservation.
Awesome. So for somebody at home who doesn't have an idea of what carbon footprint is, can you please tell us what exactly is carbon footprint?
Carbon footprint results from the burning of fossil fuels, the petrol, the diesel in your vehicles,
Yes.
Coal in the to generate power,
Yeah.
and all this goes into the atmosphere. You've got this carbon, and this causes various problems on Earth. It's causing global warming because we're burning a lot of this stuff. And so eventually what's going to happen is your temperature of the Earth is going to go up unnaturally like that. It's the first time that mankind has actually, or an animal has influenced the climate of the Earth. And this is very bad for the species, it's bad for the Earth, it's bad for biodiversity. So we've got to make sure that we limit this.
And one of the solutions was to grow your own trees.
That is probably the best solution. Either don't do it. And
Yes.
Unfortunately, we kind of past that now.
Yeah.
We are looking for solutions like electric vehicles and what have you. But yes, if you plant trees, trees absorb the carbon in the atmosphere.
Wow.
And they fix it back into the ground.
Okay.
And we plant stuff like this. If you have a look over here, this is an African olive tree that grows along the coast. It's indigenous to the area. We've got the date palms, the wild date palms. They're the most southern palms in Africa.
Okay.
And elephants like eating it. We've got the matungulu, or the num-num on the end, the Natal apricot. And further in here, we've got something very interesting for carbon footprint. It's called a speckworm,
Okay.
or a pork bush. And these trees, it's a succulent, so it's a leaf succulent, and it traps a lot of carbon. So the carbon that we're burning in the boat or in vehicles gets absorbed into this tree. It
Okay.
fixes a lot of carbon, and it puts that carbon back into the earth to where it actually belongs.
Okay.
So very good for fixing carbon, these trees. We plant a lot of them. They're very easy to grow. Being a
Okay.
succulent, you just break off a piece, you stick it in a little pot like this. You can do 100, 200 a month, and we then take these out and we plant them in the various projects that we have going.
And why is it so important for us to take care of the environment? Because, you know, some people say the environment can take care of itself.
Self-regulating. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that, and we're dependent on our environment. We survive. It's our breath, it's our food, it's everything, it's our relaxation. So without a healthy environment, the planet is not going to survive.
And how are you creating awareness and educating people about this?
We take, especially children, you take a child or teenager or anything out to sea, and you show them one dolphin, that's all you got to do, and you've got that guy thinking for the rest of his life about what can he actually do to assist.
Yes.
We point out to the people, look, we're planting a tree, and very often we take foreigners out to sea. And I say to them, do you know what your carbon footprint is to fly from Europe to South Africa and back? And none of them know. This is educated people with university degrees. They don't know their carbon footprint. It's 5 trees. If they don't plant 5 trees to offset their flight to South Africa and back, they're part of the problem.
And how's the future looking?
It's never too late to start.
Yes.
And I think if we all get our own house in order, we can plant our own trees, we can keep the environment tidy, we can start to do recycling.
Lloyd, thank you so much for your time.
Cool, no
We learned
worries.
so much. I mean, ngiyabona ukuthi la PE imvula isitoleli. Pengi manzi kanjani bafethu. Hayi, mara otherwise imishini yethu bafethu iphelela lana. We've learned so much about taking care of our environment. Kubalekile for us bafethu ukuthi sinakekele environment yethu, because in the future we might not be living in Ntwana. So plant a tree. You might be saving 1 or 2 or 3 or in fact the rest of us in Ntwana when it comes to impilo zethu. That's where we end up our mission. Until next time, keep it fresh and keep it training. Take care of your environment. I'm out of here.
Jonga, that was epic. Epic.
Yo, EPIC.
Exactly. And goes kakhulu to Lloyd for showing us his amazing place of work where they look after an environment that looks after them.
Most definitely. Shout out to you, Lloyd. Otherwise, Buffett, Katsama, did you know? So, did you know that CO2 is heavier than air? And if it's
Oh, hello, rider. Okay, and it takes 2 kilos of carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
2. To manufacture this mlibe and look after 1 pair of jeans.
Sure. Oh, Mom, hell, gets even worse. You love cheeseburgers, right?
Love it.
Donna, it takes 3 to 5 kilos of carbon dioxide to finish 1 cheeseburger.
What?
Yeah, jail.
It's a lot of carbon dioxide. Hey, this is about to get controversial.
Right.
So, I can't have cheeseburgers anymore.
And your jeans, Footy?
I'm causing them jeans.
Wow.
Because they're affecting the atmosphere. No, there must be a way. So, where am I thinking? There must be a way.
Yeah.
TOMz.
We're back. This is Teenagers on a Mission up against SABC One Mzansi for sure.
Yes, sir.
So before the break, yes, Sister Dibana Lloyd, right, from PE, who is teaching us a few ways on how to make a sustainable way of business through reducing our carbon footprint.
Yes, it's so interesting, Buffett, because we're digging deep inside the science of photosynthesis actually saving the planet by absorbing all of the carbon dioxide and releasing all of the oxygen.
And I hope you guys have watered it because it is time to play our TOMz quiz game show. Who is going to reign supreme? Masibukele.
We're going to talk about science and technology, and we're going to have a lit time. So, in terms of niggas, I want to we're all about trees can save the planet, Buffett. So, guys, here are the rules of the game, ne? You guys can see a buzzer in front of you, ne? Don't buzz a question, Buffett. Bank that buzz a question, don't kind of multiple choice. Yeah, but we're going to choose my answer went from A to D, ne? You guys need to press the buzzer after I'm done with D, and that's when if you know the answer, ne? If you get the answer right, you get the points. If you press the buzzer and you don't know the answer, you get it wrong, I ask the other team and they can get the points if they get it right. Without wasting any time, can we please have the first question? Question is, what is the process by which trees absorb carbon dioxide? Is it A, oxidation, B, photosynthesis, C, carbonology, or D, hydration? Gents? But the answer will be photosynthesis. It is photosynthesis, the correct answer. It's definitely the correct answer. Give it up for the chance. Guys, here's your second question. Which word relates to the name of the food made by plants? Is it A, organic compound, B, carbohydrates, C, sugar, or D, all of the above? Girls, are you here? All right, gents. B. Okay, but the answer will be carbohydrates. Is B the correct answer? It's definitely not the correct answer, so that is incorrect, guys. Ladies, this is your opportunity to shine. A. What's in your case, Angie? Are you with A?
Yes.
But to A, answer it is definitely not the correct answer. So girls are on 0 points and the gents are on 1 point. Moving on to our third question. Question is, chloroplasts contain chlorophyll. Is this true or false? Girls, is this true or false? True. Are you guys sure? Yeah. But the answer is true, and that's definitely the correct answer. Give it up for the girls. Here's our fourth question, Bafetu. Plants trap sunlight and release water as a waste product. Is this true or false? Gents? Asamachite answer or false. And the correct answer is definitely false, making them our winner for today. Give it up for the Jets! Indaba yethu bafethu iqeda kanjena. Well done to the Jets. Until next time, keep it fresh and keep it trending. Ngithi adios. Oh man, we've talked about a lot of things namhlanje. Sifunika banzi about how carbon dioxide is actually raising the Earth's temperature by trapping all the heat, and how also ihlahla absorb carbon dioxide and also releasing the oxygen. So ngama hints and put some niggas and tips on how to actually lead a more environmentally friendly lifestyle by making a few changes. Ntwana, come on now, save the planet. But before we say our goodbyes, what's happening in the future?
CO2 orbiting Carbon Observatory 2 get a powerful satellite by launching into space to measure the amount of carbon dioxide kamahara atmosphere satellite is said to be able to predict what carbon dioxide handlently iyakai lur handlente ke mo kai mo lengore e absorbiwa haholo lur handlente the highest concentration of carbon dioxide di hukai mara satellite e khona ho nka di measurements tse fitlang 100,000. Some of the initiatives tse lore khona re thusa ho manage the greenhouse gas emissions kamara atmosphere na ke ntse tshwanele afforestation le ecosystem restoration, which is why the role of wildlife conservation is bohlokwa haholo mo lefatsheng la rona kaofela hobane e kgona re thuse ho restore balance kamara di atmospheric gases tsa rona. Ho na le a cultural push to encourage environmental consciousness kamara maphelo a re wa phelang tsatsi le leng ka re thuse ke di NGO se leng re kgona re thuse ka the objective of saving the environment. Some of the daily tips include making dietary changes, the eco-friendly ways to travel to the hybrid car, the public transport, recycle the pampiri tse re di sebedisang ebile re sebedisa di paperless platforms tse tshwanang le di emails.
Guys, you gotta keep those eyes open and those ears open on how to actually save the future, because I mean, who wants to live in a future that is like not healthy or not green at all? To keep tabs on the show, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is visit our website for www.sabceducation.co.za/TOMz.
Yeah, we skip a fit and Yabana has got me so inspired. I'm ready to talk to the big people, the people that can make his cell phone zetu.
Yeah.
It's very recyclable.
Yeah.
Yeah? See, small changes.
That's what we're talking about. If you want to share your thoughts on how you want to change the planet and save the planet, Donna, all you have to do is catch us on Facebook, see TOMz, or on Twitter with TOMz_SABC_10.
Adios, muchachos.
Adios.
Shebang fela re le tshwaretseng mo lenanehong le latelang la TOMz. Re batla go kopana le a local award-winning team of young scientists ba leng re ba etsa di innovations tsa bokamoso ba di robots tsa rona. Re ithuta ka the different kinds of non-industrial robots le re hantlentle he di qala jwang ho dominate a market ya rona. Where is robotic science heading in the future? Re batla bona re o tseba ha kakang ha re bapala the TOMz quiz. O ska lebala o shebela TOMz ka la bodela bohlano ka 2:30 mo SABC 1 Mzansi Fisher.